Dear citizens of all countries, here we have some more updates for everyone. So, let's get ready as soon as possible and already put in practice everything that you will be receiving. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon. Okay, the other thing I want to show you is my mug. So, I'm going to tell you that those instant coffee might have even ink or something that you don't even know. So here it is, instant coffee I got, okay? So they say here, organic coffee, light roast. So it's an instant coffee, okay? So it says here's an Arabic coffee, read that? Product from Colombia. Okay, so you get a spoon of this, put it in the hot water, in a cup like that, look what happens. It gets so dark, you see? When I was making my coffee, my real coffee for months, never happened this. For this to happen, only if I use for many days. But look, it gets stained, so you don't even know what they put. But here, ingredients, 100, you see there, 100% organic Arabic coffee. But something else in there. This is not right, because coffee doesn't stain like that. Okay? So my friends, we need to get better. We really need to get better in all countries, and we will do it. We will do it with these rules and guidelines the best that we can, because we can't continue like that. And if you have any preparation like ready packages for cake, do it first before the bread. You understand? So do the sugar first. But if you have those boxes for bread and for pancakes, do it both, because then you need to give option for everyone 40 years old and older. The best you can without sugar, right? Because they're already many are diabetic and already problem, even 40 years old and older. Okay? So if you have a pancake mix or a waffle mix in a box ready, do it first, the sugar first, or you make a plan and use the sugary item and those salty biscuits, they come ready, or those bread till the end of July. You can make a plan. So you have a plan, offer sugar until 40 years old and offer salty things 41 years old and older. Then we'll have salty option, and you serve them in different tables and you see them where they're gonna get their food. It's forbidden, like ice cream. It's okay, offer to whom? Children 5 years old to 40, no more, no less. And of course, if they're healthy. But children that already have allergy, already have ADD, already have problems at school, already not learning, they have to go to the other table. They cannot eat that ice cream, they cannot eat that cake, they cannot eat those pancakes, they cannot eat those waffles, okay? All right? So they will go to the table that is for 41 years old and above, and everyone up to 4 years old, the salty table. I mean, table with salty items. If you have a soup, with more chemicals, less chemicals, more sugar, less sugar, the same. So that's the pattern, 5 years old to 40 years old. You can offer those things because they have a good digestive system, and unless they already have diabetes, unless they already have cholesterol, okay? People with any health problem, mental, physical, emotional, digestive, or allergies, they already go to the table with more salty items, and not this table where you can offer some sugary items, okay? All right. The other thing is that for your hydration drink, you can also give the yogurt if you have really a lot. You can also give the ice cream if you have really a lot. But if you give something salty as ice cream, For example, 2 spoons of ice cream for each person. That's okay. If that's what you have a lot. You know, you just got from supermarket. You're not keeping ice cream in a freezer. Remember, use as soon as you get them. Make a plan. 2-4 days, all gone. A whole week or 2 weeks, all gone. Keep the freezer for meat, okay? So if you get a gift from someone, a supermarket or a producer, use them. All right, that's fine. You use them for these healthy children, okay? All right, and then you have to give some salty things with it. If you're giving 2 spoons of ice cream, so let's say you give 2 spoons of ice cream for every child, right? And teens, for example. That's okay. But then you need to give a cracker, something salty to go with it. You're not going to put salt on ice cream, nobody gonna eat. Unless those chocolate that already come, you know, like chocolate with nuts and, you know, some salt in it, caramel salty, these types. But probably you can try, you can mix a little bit of salt and see what happens. Try first. If 2 couples approve, done. You know, done. Or you give the crackers, or you give some pieces of tortillas, or you give some nuts. Of course, keep the nuts and the seeds for future days. But if you have tortillas that work, crackers need to go as soon as possible. Keep the bread, the brown bread, you keep longer. Use white bread and baguettes and all these white breads first, okay? All right, so if you have that freezer with you, where is it? Remember that horizontal freezer, and if you turn like that is a vertical freezer, exactly the same. Okay, so if it, the same as your pantry, gonna be working like that, exactly the same. So let's keep this pattern for the pantry, but it's a shelf. Gonna go this way. The best items you keep here, the first shelf and the second shelf. And here more or less, and here what goes on that next day. You keep, so if you get any baguette, white bread, you consume right away, get it done. Not to give too much. Always the proportion is 1 cup of food. That's the basic proportion, right? That will be done in bowls like that. If you don't have bowls, do not give plate. You give a mug, okay? Because that's better to calculate how much food they're having. And it's about exactly the same. Don't look like, but it is. So you just get 1 cup of food. And then goes to a bit more if it's salad in it, right? Gonna go to 1.5 cups. And for everything that people are not used to or they don't want, they have to eat 1 spoon. If it's a white rice they're not used to, you know, because some people, as I said, they already have habits to be really natural and healthy and whole foods. And some people have the opposite. They're really used to have fast food and sandwiches, okay? So everyone, whichever you're offering at your kitchen, they have to get 1 spoon from it. All right? Okay? And just do the best you can for things that you believe in your community are not used to eat, you know, to be adjustable. Because yes, you can use all the seasonings you have right now. Okay? All right, very good. All right, the other thing, if you have any fruit like that, you use first the ones that are mixed, different fruits together. And you keep the ones that's just one type for afterwards. Get a marker, permanent marker, and write there. It is pineapple or orange, okay, but it's one type. And both probably will be soaked in sugar. But this way you already know the order for the fruits. And keep some for along the weeks, because those can be useful. But if they're deep like that in sugar, you have to use until the end of June. Those in cans are different because they hold more, but individual packages like that use until the end of June, okay? And if you have any bigger can, such as this one, that can fit, you know, this is not can, but I'm just showing. It fits 2 different servings, you know, then you can keep for afterwards. If you have those bigger cans for 4 servings, you know, it's a double of this type of can, you can keep for after. Bigger cans you keep for afterwards. Keep the can information even that is not your own language. So I think you can do that until end of June. We're gonna do, July. All these 2 things here just said is for the end of July. August 1st and on, you cannot have any more. So in this case, you can take this out from your language and write the ingredients, the expiration date with a permanent marker on the top and on the side, okay? Because then when the inspectors come and gonna open that cabinet, whichever it is, you have to do your clubhouse until the end of July, okay? There's no food in houses anymore. All right, so you're gonna have the information. If it's written in your language how to open, you're gonna cover, because everyone knows that you slide this and you open. Everyone knows, somebody will know, right? That work at that location, okay? So you have to darken up with here brown or black. Keep your black markers, such as this case, will be very useful. All right? Okay, and all these small ones you use until the end of July. Give priority. Even that some people will hate these things because they're not used to, they eat healthy. Well, what can we do? We have to share. We can't give sugar for people that eat sugar and keep giving healthy food to people that are used to healthy food. So yes, we're gonna share everything we have. All right? Okay, great. For yogurt, the same thing. You can keep good yogurt towards the back of your refrigerator. All right? The same thing. They're mixed with sugar. They're mixed with fruits. Use them first. And keep on the back of your refrigerator. You know, because some juices come in big containers, tall containers. Keep the ones in taller containers towards the back, and use the yogurts in smaller containers, or those that are mixed with other things. Eat them first. Some even have separate the cereal to mix, open up and pour the cereal into the yogurt. Use those first. All right, here's the soup of mushroom. You know the soup of mushroom? So here I had in this container was almost a full can. You know, maybe 2 spoons or so that I tried to eat, but was too bad to eat. Look, I put water and took all that cream. Look how much mushroom I got, not even 1 full spoon. My friends, this is a cream of mushrooms, not even mushroom there. Look at this. It's true, look. If I put a little more water, I just left a little bit cream there for you to see. It's not even 1 spoon for 1 whole can of cream of mushroom. You know these small cans, how much they have? They have 405 grams right here. It was a can about this size, 400 grams. You see? Look, it's not even mushroom there. So my friends, we really have better. So what they have there? Probably they have corn, starch, mixed with other things, and a little milk, but it's not even mushroom there. That's the only healthy thing. So you have to be careful when you rinse things, otherwise going to be nothing left. So if you have a lot, then it's okay. If you don't have a lot, just be smart and use whichever they have. Because some mixtures, if you rinse them too much, going to be nothing left, okay? Alright, so now, if you have a lot of cereal, that's okay. Alright, you're gonna cut this part and put inside the transparent bag. Remember, you cannot keep boxes. Everything's in transparent bag from August 1st on. So we're gonna cut this little piece, right? The ingredients, and write. So you don't need the details, just this. And you don't need any of this you keep, because don't need, all right? So you're gonna keep the ingredients, expiration date, and put in this little paper, this little note. And the ink always stays by the bag and not towards the food. Done. With expiration date, people are gonna have an idea what it is, and they're gonna see. You don't have to keep anything else, or this picture, that picture. You don't have, because they're gonna see. It's a transparent bag. All right? And cereal with more smaller parts need to be used first. Those things that come with oats, or who knows what else, nuts, or so those with larger items, you really see what they are, you keep them for last, okay? And use all these smaller things, little crumbles, little things, use it first, okay? The other item that's important to talk about, it's for the things that are used at your country, that in some countries you never see. Let me give you a simple example. I have two simple examples. For example, they sell this type of thing here. United States, they sell those type of cereal that maybe somebody in other countries never saw them before. And they can have many ingredients, but they're processed. So use those first. And then you use those with less processed items, such as this one. They're more pieces. They still have this is processed, but they have more parts into it. So you use this afterwards, okay? All right? According to reality, and everything that's really processed, whichever they have on the ingredients, use them first. Very good. See you soon. Oh, the other thing that you can easily make a milk and don't even have to tell people is with oats. You get oats, soak them, put in the fridge overnight. In the morning you blend, use the blender. So we are keeping blenders, all right? So use that blend them well. Put a spoon of sugar. If you have too many picky kids, you have to be smart. Put 2 spoons of sugar there, no problem, for the whole blender, right? And as the days pass, you put a little less, They're going to get used to that. We have to be smart at schools, at clubhouse, have to be smart with those kids, okay? All right? And the other thing, it's for, the other update is for people that don't have teeth. Okay, some people don't have teeth. How are they going to eat those salads? They have priority. They have priority to go to the dentist. They pass in front of other people. If people are just going to fix 1 tooth or 2, they are for last. They pass in front, and you can cancel, send emails. People can arrange now. So every week, leave room for those people. They have priority. Anyone have priority that have 5 or more tooth missing or broken or in pieces, they have priority over other people, okay? I think that's really reasonable. So let's do 5. And the last wisdom tooth doesn't count, because we really don't need to put this back. Actually, we have to take them out from people, right? Everyone, older teens already can start taking. Of course, priority will be for those that need more space on their teeth, such as adults, 40 years old and older. If they have a tight mouth, they have priority to take the wisdom tooth out. You done everybody in your community, 40 years old and older, and then you open for 20 to 39 years old, okay? All right. This is one more update for tea. Now, the other seasonal thing that in some countries they use a lot and some others they have no idea what it's about. So you have to use whichever is something that you already have an idea that's not common in all countries, you use them first. The other thing is this. Some people call cake, some people call fruit cake, but it's not really a fruit cake. This is called panettone. So this is common in Italy, in Brazil, some other countries, but not every country, okay? So eat everything that's a little different, eat them first. They're not plain pasta. Eat them first. Like the pasta I showed you that look like seeds, eat them first, okay? All right? So eat them first. And if you have them at your supermarket, you're gonna give them away. Give those things first. Already give to anybody. And the good food, such as real beans, real meat, and then you sit down, calculate well who you have in your county, and give a proper share according to every apartment you have in all your county. So food from supermarkets, from farmers, from distribution centers. So those people, are producers of any type, we can call farmers, because some are not really even farmers, right? They are just very small farms. That's not, we don't say that in English, like small farmers. So whichever it is, your reality. Okay, so what is bad, already go ahead, give, sell really cheap, done. Okay, but if you have real beans, dark, brown, or black, you wait for the real food, you wait. Here you give everything. So if you have white beans, already give. Ranch, balsamic vinegar, all this food, you already, soups in cans, or vegetable mix in cans, already give them all. But if you have real food, so brown beans, black beans, lentils, seeds by itself, nuts by itself, they come here, they're real food. You have to make a proper plan according to all communities. You have houses, number of houses and number of apartments of your own county. How much you're gonna give? And of course, you're gonna look at other counties in your state. That's fine. Because if you live in a rich community, okay, maybe you give less to that people and more to, so you can look, evaluate, and donate or sell cheap for the whole state. You can evaluate, that's fine. All right, if you have condition, right? Because some states are huge. So do according to real reality. Call schools, that's your priority. Call schools and ask, talk to the principal. Say, look, I'm a farmer. You believe you need, or the parents you need. I have 100 eggs. 100 eggs according to 100 kids. I don't know. I have milk that already took out from the cows, or I have meat, or I have veggies, I have fruits, whichever you have. So, okay. So here will be the bad ingredients. Get rid of it, and you don't have to see who you're giving to. That's fine. Just try to distribute the best as possible, get rid of it, done. But if you have real meat, real chicken, real beef, real tuna in cans, or in bags, sealable bags, if you have real food without mixture, all right, without mixture, then you make a plan, you call, you do to your county or to two counties. The base is that you don't go, no, even Walmart not going to go the whole state, because another county, that's another Walmart, right? Or big supermarkets. So you're gonna look your county and two neighbors, 2 or 3 neighbors. So it will be a total of 4 or a total of 2, not 3, according to reality. So here's one county, your county, another county, and another county. So you're located here. Your county, you're located here. So we're gonna do a total of 2 or a total of 4, according to reality. If you have a lot, some meat farmers have 1,000 animals. That makes sense, right? Okay, so I have 1,000. I'm gonna get 4 counties. I'm gonna contact schools, and the school principal, they know which communities need the most. They know, because the others have money. They buy online. They go supermarkets, they buy. So you're gonna call school principal if you're doing 2 counties, or if you're doing 4 counties, you're gonna call school principals. Okay? Or every school gonna have a principal, before or after, you know, they are not going to stop. Even July, they're going to have summer camp, so the kids, teens are safe. They're not going to be home. There is summer camp in July in all countries. Okay? And June, there's proper school on the south hemisphere. School days. And in June, so here, June, school days in the south hemisphere. They're completing the school until the last Friday of the month. Last Friday. There's no kids walking around. Oh, I got the grades I need. Already graduate high school. Already graduate 8th grade. Forbidden. Everyone up to 22 years old gonna be there. Studying, learning English, playing games. They're there the whole day until 10 to 6. Until 10 to 6. But in June, we have summer camp, because they already have too much school. They have summer camp for the northern hemisphere. All countries. Nobody walking around at home sleeping the whole morning until 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Forget it. Every day. If it's a summer camp, it's 8 until 5:50. Summer camp. If it's a school, it's 7 a.m. to 5:50. For all countries, exactly the same. Let's stop this. Kids sleep all day. The parents work. The parents help the parents clean, or they stay alone. Parents don't even know. Or parents think that their cell phones is their babysitter. Or they stay with bad company and older teens, older brothers and sisters talking about bad things or talking bad language. Forget it. Everyone at school. Summer camp, 8 to 5:50. School days, 7 to 5:50. Everyone gonna walk. Everyone gonna walk. Everyone gonna walk to school, come back walking. From notice day, in May and June, okay, up to 2 weeks they can still go to that same school using the vans or using the buses. You know, some countries use a lot of public buses. Some countries use a lot of private vans to bring their kids to private schools, for example, or even buses. That's okay. 2 weeks of bus use. Let's put 4. Here's an improvement. So we will be really safe. They go to their same exact school they already are for 4 weeks. And parents need to open schools close by, doing the best they can, because anyone with goodwill can be teacher at this point. Yeah, they're safe. they don't have background in molesting children sexually, that's fine. They will be teachers, they will be helpers. If they have previous problems, sexual abuse for children, and then they can't work at schools, that's okay. They go to business. Work in business. That's okay. Be a helper or at their own residential community. People are going to be honest when filling up their paper. Yes, I did. Okay, that's fine. You cannot apply to the department director. Everybody going to know that. But yes, you can work at this, work at the garden, clean the pool. You can clean the walls. You can take carpets out. You can do a lot. As soon as the kids are not there, the kids are at school at work time. So we have to accept these people instead of sending them to jail. And we have to get people from jail and also send them home. Because it makes no sense to keep these people in jail. The jail is going to close. 6 months after the organization launching day, all jails in all countries gonna close. You have to make the improvements now. Start talking to them, planting with them, working with them, with the jail proposal. Right? We already said some words about the jail proposal. Okay? All right, my friends. Very good. Get ready. Get organized. And of course, everyone, people that are opening schools, get paperwork. Do we have any training? All right. So yes, you have bachelor's completed. Oh, great. So you can be the teacher of one of these classes. If you have nothing, okay, you can be the assistant, you can be the secretary, you can be something else, okay? All right, very good. That's one thing, the teachers. The other thing is the 10 department directors. That's also going to be the teachers. And what we're going to do? Every school, so every preschool going to have 10 department directors. Every elementary gonna have their 10 department directors. Every middle school also gonna have theirs. And every high school also gonna have their 10 department directors. Everyone their own, without connection between them, without a gate between them. They have a gate to the street. They have a gate to the street. All of them have a gate towards the street. They can even be neighbors. Put the fence in the middle. If the fence is, needs to be a little bit like that, for example, because you have a building here for middle school and here you have building, that's okay. It's not completely straight, no problem. But you need a chain link fence or a proper wall, right? And gates only open to the street. So the parent come here, pick up this and go home. Whichever home they have to go to. Or they stop here, or even 3 places, whichever the kids they have, and then they go home. At the door, okay? All right? Very good, my friends. And the kid's going to be ready right there close to the entrance, right? And always the same until the end of the semester. If it's grandparents dropping off and parents picking up, that's fine. You're going to have that written at the registration, going to be exactly the same for the entire semester. But for this first year, until the end of December. You cannot change in the middle of the year. You have a pattern. Grandparents, according to their job, okay, grandparents already got their job. The parents got their job. Okay, don't change anymore until end of December. For security reasons, we are not changing the end of November. Okay? The same pattern. In case you have a job now and you don't have the new job yet and then you're going to change, then it's okay. Otherwise, no changes will be made until the end of December. Already think well, right? And they go to the school they are, for 4 weeks, up to 4 weeks, okay. The bus they go, the van they go, or if they take bikes, whichever you're already doing at your own country, that is fine for up to 4 weeks. So parents that know their school is more than 1 kilometer away, up to 1 kilometer away, they already have to find a place that's for rental, such as church or a restaurant or whichever it is close by, and open all those schools separately. If they have a very big property, and then they can have this and this or that and that, right? Or even 4 of them, okay? That's fine. But they need chain link or proper wall, 2 meters tall. 2 meters tall, okay? All right. Yeah, and the chain link, chain link is fine, but they cannot be talking to each other. That's forbidden. They can see, and then you're gonna guide them, because we don't want to make all this masonry wall and put them down afterwards, right? Chain link is fine. It's forbidden to be talking. If they're siblings, they can only say hi, say their names, only siblings. But it's forbidden for them to stop their class. No, it's forbidden even for siblings to say hi to each other. So to avoid little kids or any kid to stop what they're doing, even that's free time, to find their sibling to say hi. They can say hi every morning, every evening, okay? So it's forbidden to say hi even to their parents, if they work here or here, or to their siblings or to their friends. Forbidden to talk, forbidden to say hi. If it's a chain link, it needs to be 2 meters tall. If it's a wall, 2 meters tall. The entire property of each location needs to be entirely closed down, and all gates towards the street. Okay, very good. We're doing great. Up to 4 weeks. Yes, you can take the van, you can take the bus. But if you were using a a family car, you cannot keep using for those 4 weeks. Let's say until Friday. Whichever is your notice day, until that Friday, no more, because you have to turn in your car. So so you can get organized and figure out to register them at a closer location, so it's okay, you can use your car up to that Friday. So up to 5 days you can keep your car, okay? All right? And that Friday, so they can attend at school for 5 days. 5 days. That's plenty for you to get all documentation. Let's do 4. 5 is too much, because the 5th day you already have to bring that car. The 4th day, 4 days only. Okay, 4 days. The 5th day you have to turn that car in to a recycle center, or drop them off at the supermarket parking lot all the way on the back, and leave the keys there and a half window open. Okay, with the paperwork saying, I authorize, this supermarket to give, because some places don't have recycle centers, right? So supermarket parking lots, or malls is a good idea for every country that have them, towards the back, not towards the building, towards the back. Okay, so big parking lots anywhere, theaters, if you can park there, leave 20 centimeters open from the window, not the passenger. Yes, the passenger, not the driver. 20 centimeters open. In case comes a rain, it's fine. But in case the car gets locked for some reason, it's easy for the person in charge to put their hand inside, open the door, and get the document. It needs to be in the windshield. Okay, inside. Okay, so I'm gonna explain this about the car in a minute. Okay, my friends, so here we have more updates, and so 4 days for family cars and 4 weeks for van and buses in all countries. 4 weeks for vans and buses, and 4 days only for family cars. Okay? All right, to stay at your own school, and if you are here, you have to figure out and already register them to another school, or quickly open another school close to your house. Very good. We see you soon. Okay. And when a sticker doesn't get out, what you gonna do? You get the fabric, put on the top with water, leave it there soak 10, 20 minutes, half an hour. When you take them out, you scrape with a sharp bread knife, you know, these strings there, and then you slide. So you're gonna take the plastic out. If it's plastic like this one is shiny, you see, you don't need the water because the water is not going to infiltrate. You scrape first a little bit like I'm doing here, because it's gonna make many tiny little holes, right, or lines, and then they're gonna absorb this better for the inner paper because the top is this plastic. Okay, so, and then you wet 10, 20, 30 minutes, and then you're done. And then this part, the paper part here, gonna be easier removal. You know, you take that out, and then for everything else I already said, if it sticks, you put just a thicker tape, the largest as possible. And for the tape, remember, it's more water always going this way, right? Going down. So if you put a layer here, and then the following layer here, you see here on the top, you always start from the bottom, and about 1 centimeter covering up. That's how you're gonna do it. So for example, you come with the other layer here. So you start from the bottom of the jar, whichever it is, going to the top, and use the largest you have available. So the second layer, you see, cover here about 1 centimeter, so it won't get water in there, and this container gonna be useful for a longer time. So the second layer, and then, for example, here, the third layer here, always cover about 1 centimeter. All right? So it won't come water or create mold or anything like that. All right, very good. We see you soon. The other thing, invest on the look. To start with, invest on the look. So, for example, if you offer alligator, crocodile, or kangaroo, or emu, or, you know, those weird animals, just do the best you can, you know, and make them golden. If you still have oven, you can grill them, or, you know, grill outside, whichever, if you already have an electric grill, not chemicals, right? Okay, invest on the look for all these weird different things, all right? Because what we want is for people to eat, oh, I like it, and then the other children, oh, I like it, and then an adult, oh, I like it. For people to don't already get aversion, you know, oh, I can't eat that, you know, so we don't want to go there. So start the best you can, invest on a look. If you want to do them shredded, cook them, shred them, make a sandwich or mix with a salad or with potatoes. That's another basic idea. You know, people are used to potatoes, people are used to bread. It doesn't matter. They are eating some kangaroo there. And don't say, just say mammal or fish or reptile. You just say that, okay? Because that's the most reasonable. So they don't know. What's the difference? You tell me. What's the difference between a wild horse and a zebra? What is the difference between a dog and a hyena? I'm just giving some examples, right? So if they don't have, if they pass the inspection, to don't be harmful to people, they're contaminated, they're unhealthy. That's animals you cannot sell their meat. You're gonna use them for bacteria for those forests, right? Animals from zoo maybe ate a lot of chemicals. Okay, take their liver out and it can give them for meat. You know, so what's the difference between a lion from a zoo or a lion from the wild? Oh well, the lion from the zoo probably ate a lot of bad food, of course, right? Never took sun, so their skin might be softer, but their liver is very intoxicated from bad food probably, right? And the stress they live on that condition. If you get a lion from the wild, if it's healthy, of course, both of them. From the wild, probably gonna have the skin very rough from the sun, from running a lot, working out a lot, and a lot of muscles. But it's still a mammal. People gonna eat, okay? Because it's better than people have sick, like we already have in many countries. They don't have enough protein, all right? Because salads, fruit, we will have it. We don't have to worry about, such as vitamins and minerals. Our main concern is just that meat until your eggs is producing. And even when you have your eggs, you cannot have eggs every day, the whole day. It's impossible, right? We need different things, okay? All right, very good. We just do the best you can. And for anything that is too weird, according to the reality of your country, just invest on the look. Okay, so now another thing I want to tell you about, it's about simple sandwiches or tortillas. You know, that's what you do. Make wraps. Put something people already eat and it's stuck in, you know, a lot of salad, moringa, you know. So those simple things help. Because some countries they eat a lot of tortillas. Some other countries they make a lot of sandwich. Some countries like potato salad will be really easy. You can mix anything with it. You know, you just cook well. That alligator, that crocodile, whichever you have. Don't turn them back. If it's healthy, they pass through the inspection, the animal was healthy, then it's okay. Or if the team of your own community got that animal and it seemed healthy, good. Now, the only exceptions for rabies. Be careful with animals from the wild that have rabies. That is a concern, rabies. And you look online, maybe some countries might have parasites, but the animals from the wild don't have parasites if they are in the sun, okay? So some others might have, those that grow in shades of forest, they might have parasites, okay? Or bugs, okay? So our concern is what? Rabies and parasites. But if their skin look good, the animal didn't have fever at the time that they're dead, they were killed, right? They seem healthy. Go ahead and use them. If you have in your city 40, 80 dogs gonna be killed, they're healthy. All right, you can use. What is the difference between a dog and a sheep? They're small mammals, right? Use them. If you don't have many other options, use them, okay? All right, because many other countries already use dogs. Many countries sell those hot dogs. They're made out of horses, and people don't even know, old horses. They put chemicals, more chemicals, make that meat soft. They grind everything and mix all these chemicals in. And they have those hot dogs for years. That is not even beef. Oh, they have some beef there, yes. But what they have, they're made out of horses. Old horse, they don't even know. All right? Okay? So, August 1st, you cannot have hot dogs anymore. Not patties, you know, that you don't even know what's inside. You have real beef, real chicken breast. You have real food. August 1st and on. No more patties, you know, or how you call? I don't even know, because usually don't buy those things, right? Never buy those things. But chicken fingers, right? All this food that is grinded and you don't even know what's in there, because in many countries they don't even have to put all the ingredients in it. Okay? I have tasted things from can. For sure they have meat in there, or meat sauce, and they were not even said, because I was vegan for 10 years. For 10 years I was vegan, so I knew that was not the ingredients completely said. They put meat or meat juice in it, you know, and they was not even listed. Here in the United States, here in Florida, you know, imagine the other countries where supervision is worse. All right, so you have to eat all those patties, chicken fingers, hot dogs, before August 1st, okay? All right, very good. Now, let's say a few more words about rabies. Look online, you know, because what we don't want to eat are those animals with rabies, such as raccoon. We're not going to eat raccoon. We're not going to eat mice. We're not going to eat snakes. Those are bad. But you know, alligator and crocodile, they're fine unless they weren't healthy. You know, because some places trap them and use them for tourism. Those you have to check well before you kill them. They're okay or not. They look okay or not. The skin is okay or not. The veterinarian of that property need to give a report about each animal, the age, last time was sick. So if they were not sick for the last 2 months or so, that you can trust and you can eat that meat. Okay? Because we have many zoos gonna close down, many touristic places. Here in Florida, they have many places that keep alligators for shows, you know, at the Everglades. Many. So the people gonna be in charge of those reports are the veterinary that are already attending each property. They have to sign the paper with the owners. If the owners does not live on that state, they get the manager owners. So you're gonna have 2 signatures for that paper, and then you're gonna get that animal, you're gonna kill that animal in a proper location, and then you're gonna bring those food to your clubhouse or your school. You're in charge of it? Yes. You tastes good? Yes, fine. You have the paperwork of that animal. If you have different things coming from different places, you know the little bag I told you about? This little transparent bag saying that meat, you put a copy of this veterinarian paper right inside. If it's a good meat, of course, it's not the alligator or the crocodile, or, you know, it's not this bad one. But remember here, you know, this good food that you're keeping from any big farms, you keep that document and put a copy right there inside for all these things that you are keeping to use afterwards. So these 2 containers here, they need to have documentation, a copy inside. Fold them, put the zip in it, you know, close that bag. If anything happens 1 year, 2 years, we know who signed that paper. They have to sign in a cursive, really visible, for everyone exactly the same. It's not to create scribbles or things. They're both of their complete names, their address, right? Their license number, because if they work for any place, that's what you're gonna have. And if the meat is from state or national parks, the same as that way. State and national parks. So you're gonna have the dates. The hunters can come and get them, right? A plan will be made and everything ahead. All right. Probably those animals are gonna be really healthy. They're in the wild, they have sun, they're very healthy. Okay, everything seems fine. What you gonna do? So, the same exact way, every state park and every national park of the whole entire planet, of all countries, they have people in charge. They have 2, 4, 8, 10, 20, whichever it is. They have people in charge. Who is the people that is in charge most of the animals? They should have, right? Who? Because some parks, they are even properly, they even have chips, some animals to know where the whole herd is going, you know. They put chips on a few of them, so they get their information through satellite. The same way as they do sometimes for sea turtles, right? They put the chips on them, or dolphins or whales. Many countries do that, so they can follow the information and their practices, their habits, where they're going, when, dolphins and whales, or these many different animals, seals, okay, walruses, okay. All right, so the same way, okay, who is the person? Nobody. Let's say they don't follow any herd, the animals stay free, they don't have a proper person. No problem. You know, who is in charge? This 10, 20 people. Okay, get 4 names and 4 signatures. Who is the most important? Of course, it's the director. Director of this department, director of that department, of this and that. To get 4 directors, their names, their signature, address, email, everything you can, even a phone number. All right? Their complete address. Because remember, I'm giving these instructions because we're not going to send fruits, veggies, meat, or anything to other countries anymore, not even to other states. Everyone gonna keep their own state food. So August 1st and on is already forbidden. So it's up to end of July. People sending anything to other countries, like to help them the best they can, not the worst, but the best they can, such as fruits, healthy, nutritional fruits, and meat, you know, protein sources, salmon, tuna, good ones, in cans is even better. If they are helping countries in need, like third world countries, go ahead, get the name of the schools and fill them up with cans of proper salmon, tuna. They're gonna plant the cilantro, clean themselves from any mercury. That's fine. If you want to help, go ahead and help until the end of July. Yes, you can help. Who? Other states and other countries. No more. No more. August 1st already closed down. No more food to anybody. Okay? So if you are in a good country, go ahead and give those tuna, give those salmon, you know, in cans, because already sealable. And make sure those expiration days not tiny, you see? Tiny that nobody can even read. Some of them, it's ridiculous what some government leaders let things happen. They're so tiny, nobody can read. The ingredients are so tiny, nobody can read. We're gonna stop that. We are going to stop that. Oh, by the way, I didn't tell you. Flax seed, chia seed, any nuts also, okay? You have to keep them in transparent bag. If they're like this, just a little bit, it's not good. Need to be 100% transparent bag. Then you can, if it's good, you just cut that thing. It's already plastic, so you don't have, you know, those little bags I told you about earlier, transparent little bags, a half size of a sandwich. Then you don't need that bag with a paper inside and your own handwritten cut this. And then here you write with permanent marker the expiration date. Done. Okay? Alright. Or even with some pencils, you write in bold, write it many times, and put the writing, of course, away, the ink part, away from the food. Done. You can keep it there. Alright? Okay, so seeds, people gonna see, they can touch. You know, inspections need to touch a few things, but that's another video. Alright, so yes, go ahead and help. So if you already send, you're gonna get everything for points. So you're in charge of big fisheries, small fisheries. If you have fish in your hands, go ahead and do it. If you're already from your factory, if you're already sending sealable bags without air, you're gonna get much more points. If you send only sealable bags, yes, you're gonna get points, but you have more points if you take the air out and already send this sealed, the heated sealed. No air, no bacteria, nothing can get inside. You, the person in charge, if it's the owner, the manager, the person that got that to happen, get the points. Maybe an employee that's gonna convince the friends, co-workers, and that's gonna convince the managers, that's gonna convince the main manager, and they're gonna convince the owners. From that worker that started this idea and say, look, we're gonna get more points, let's do it, let's talk to the manager, all of us together on this day, you know, in the morning at this time, and convince. So what you're gonna say, what you're gonna say, what you're gonna say. So you got 10 people to say 10 or 20 2 sentences for each person. All right, are you prepared? Practice ahead. And then you say everyone, you know, and then you send the email a day before or a day after. Okay, get on a Tuesday or Wednesday, beginning of the week, but not a Monday, because usually Monday are busy days, you know, so we don't want to give proposals like to owners or managers on busy days, right? So pay attention. What's your calmer day? Maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, but for sure not a Monday. For restaurants, for sure not a Saturday or Friday. They're ready to be busy, or Sunday, okay? So any proposal you're going to give to the owners or to the managers, do in a calmer day. Convince co-workers first. Get them together, because this is good for humanity. As I said, it's not time for us to be thinking about getting millions of dollars or thousands of dollars or whichever is the money in your country, okay? All right. So from August 1st on, it's only peace points. Only for everything you do. People gonna have their records book and gonna write. And then for rental, they're gonna say, you know, look, this person got, you know, so peace points gonna be adjusted to your own country. For example, in Brazil, we use the money real, right? Okay, how much money they got? You know, so a minimum salary in Brazil, I don't remember now, but I think it's about 1,200, right? So you're gonna keep doing according to your own country, and maybe in 6 months or a year, and then we have everything established, or maybe even at the organization launching day, maybe we can already, we'll change for everybody. But maybe 6 months after that. You know, we're gonna see what's the best transition for everyone. Okay, if we're gonna do right at the organization launching day or in 6 months after that. And then everybody, for example, for teachers, preschool teachers, elementary teachers, for all countries we're exactly the same. Of course, the older they get, middle school, high school, they need to be more knowledgeable, right? They're gonna get a little bit more, but still a very important job even for preschool. It's a lot of work. They need to have time and be patient and kind and repeat again, and pay attention details. So it's the same way as for high school. They're more independent. But we need teachers that are more knowledgeable. So they're gonna get maybe the same points for all teachers until high school, or maybe we're gonna divide, preschool, elementary, middle, and high. So things like that we're gonna let you know afterwards, because we want to make a proper decision for schools. All right, so let's finish here then about the animals. So you have to keep the animals you have, so you're safe for 2-4 years. Okay, so you're going to have the animals from your own state. That's it. So trains can help. We're not going to have vans going all over. The vans, 4 vans per county, gonna give all the deliveries from the train tracks. That from own state gonna be giving, not airplanes anymore for food. Only trains, they can give to their own state. Food or meat or fruits, whichever it is, only from own state, going on railroad tracks. At the end of that state, they cannot pass anymore. They go from state to state, go back, state to state, go back, according to your reality now. The new state's gonna be arranged afterwards, okay? But maybe 6 months after the organization launching day, or 1 year, then we're gonna tell afterward for the beach areas, right? For the others, they're already demolishing, gonna stay the state, they already have their names until the end. But for the beach area, we're going to say, if we're going to change the state or country's name now in 6 months or 1 year, but not at the organization launching day, because we need more time to tell people, prepare them ahead. So the trains, I repeat, they go to the state border unto their state border. They do not pass to other state. The drivers go, the drivers come back. So if the state is long, some drivers go to lunchtime, they come back with someone else, right? Another train. So they go here and they come back. They sleep at their own house. Some states are huge, but I think we can do it, right? At the state, they stop right there. Okay? All right? And on the future, if we need some concrete for other states, then it's different. But for food, no more. There's always inspectors. Inspectors here checking all trains, all wagons. They cannot pass. They go back home according to reality, and they have to be back home by 6 o'clock. So they arrive, they're gonna live close to the stations, right? That it's reasonable for them to go back home. So if they go to here, they come back. If they go to here, they come back, for example, right? Okay, they have to live close by. So they have to be there by 6 o'clock. They close the station they came back to, and they go home. So they're home by 6:20, so they have to live close by. The same exact thing for the airplane pilots. If they want to continue being that professional, they have to live close by, and they walk. There's no Uber, no buses available anymore. They walk. They're really close by. Or a few blocks away, they can bike. The same for everyone in all countries. Up to 1 kilometer away from door property to door property. From work to house, house to work, up to 1. So it's acceptable for up to 2 kilometers, up to, I believe, 1 year. 1 year, because some people can jog that and easily they can reach 2 kilometers to work in all positions, not only for this train and thing, okay? But they have to be home at their own property by 6:20 or 6:20. 6:20. Every professional of all types, by 6:20 they have to be home. So if they live a little more far away, they have to be jogging back home, not only in the morning, right? Because we're not going to have people arriving home at 7, 8, 9. The only exception are restaurants only, Fridays and Saturdays, okay? That already posted that in another video. They're gonna be right there beside their own community, right? Up to 1 block away. 1 block away from door to door, main entrance to main entrance, right? Not their apartment, but the community apartment door. Okay, all right, from work to house, house to work, up to 2 kilometers, 1 year. I think that's reasonable, so people have enough time to change their jobs, you know, okay? All right. So maybe we go for 2 years, but for now it's 1. So hurry up and get a job really close by. Okay, so be reasonable to go back home, because some people can't work really hard during the day and then go jogging home. So pay attention what you're doing. If vans gonna go close by to demolish site, they're gonna use their own residence while they're there, or the community that's right across the street, or the neighbor community, they're gonna use also people up to 2 kilometers, 1 year. Okay, we're not going to have buses bringing people really far away, or, you know, and if needed, if it's a rural area, and then they're gonna have those trailers that they can go to the city on Sundays to have fun. You know, those trailers that already have the driving seat here, the driver's seat. And then it's for rural areas, already far away from everybody else. And then it's okay, 1 family per each, or if they have maybe a mobile house that can fit maybe, you know, yeah, it's always 1 family per each, okay? Or those long ones without wheels that you put on the floor and then they go pick up later, you know, 6 months later, a year later, after the 6 months watering. After planting, remember, you need to water your trees, 1 meter trees, for 6 months before you leave that site. And you can have trailers close by if they're far from hotels. That is reasonable. Okay, very good. Here we have more updates. Here's Goiana Ferreira from Florida, and we see you soon. Have those transparent plastic, the top, even that the bottom is not transparent. If you have the top, you know, you get better points, okay? That's another thing. All right, very good. For salad, for anything you need, okay? Very good. Okay, so the other thing is that you have to, when you contact in these schools and you're gonna offer, you know, make sure you have their identity first. They have, you know, you're gonna give a donation, 100 or 1,000 of anything, let's say, okay? But it's reasonable, good, positive donation. All right. So you're gonna have their complete name, the school address, their email, their phone, for these 2 most important people. That is usually is the secretary, the main secretary, and the principal, or principal and vice principal. You're gonna ask them, you know, you ask the principal, who you believe is the second most important person of your school that have a stamp. You know, some countries might be the secretary, and in some other countries might be the principal assistant, the vice principal, okay? All right. Okay, so you got that email back. And then you don't have to say what's the donation for, okay, because probably, of course, is a positive donation. So they send the document back, and then you send another document. So this is the document 1. Their name, email, the school, complete name, their own ID. Okay, it's for a donation. All right, you can even say your name. Farm, this and that. Or shampoo producer, this and that. It's okay. Or clothes, or shoes. Shoes or clothes. You can say that, so they have an idea. Sorry, let's do better. For them to reply and say, have an idea what's about, you can put your name there, okay? And you can say, I have some donations of shoes, I have some donation of clothes, or I have toothpaste. That's okay. Shampoo, soap, hand soap, sanitizer. Everything's okay. But no masks. Mask for demolition will be a very appropriate mask, probably built, sewn at their own countries. That's different, okay? It needs to be a very special mask. No masks. No vaccines. No pharmaceutical drugs. But yes, bug spray, yes. Bug spray. 2 countries that are warm right now, right? Sunblock, yes. Baby clothes, yes. Baby shoes, baby furniture, baby playpen, baby cribs, mother's rocking chair, strollers, easy, lightweight strollers, not any stroller, okay? All right, okay, so I'm just giving some ideas. So you bring that first document, say, I have some strollers to donate, I have some sunblock to donate. You say what it is. Very simple, in one whole sentence. I have sunblock, I have natural sunblock, I have organic sunblock, I have regular chemical sunblock. You say a few words. All right, they send that paper back to your company, and then comes the document number 2. Document 2. And here you already trust them, okay? You already did your homework. You look online, that school really exists. You call a neighbor supermarket or another place that you trust, that is there for sure. You look online on Google Maps and you ask, look, is this school open? Is this school good? How long have you been there? How long they have been there? Because I have some donation, I need to make sure they exist. You get a document from them. Would you be kind enough? This is all email, right? Paperwork, don't call. All right. Would you be kind enough for you, the manager, or you, the owner, just to say that you have seen that school for the last, whichever they work there? And then they're going to reply, yes, I can send that. They have been here since I start working here the last 4 years, or whichever it is. Oh, I have another co-worker that have been here longer. Would you like that or not? I think it's better to keep the manager or the owner of this chosen supermarket, someplace that's really close by. Supermarket is very good. You don't go to beauty salon, try to keep everything on things that people use a lot, supermarkets. Okay? All right. So it's a school. You check with a neighbor, you get document 1 from these people, you get document 1 from these people. Now you get document 2 and you get document 2. And then you write to them, look, I already confirmed I'm sending donations to them. Would you, the owner manager, be kind enough to be there when the donation arrive, or a day after the donation arrive? They're going to answer back. The supermarket people are going to say yes. Okay. And then you're going to write to them, I have 100 toothpaste, or I have 100 furniture, I have 100 houses, whichever is the reality. Okay? All right, that's the last document. They send you back and say, okay, yes, we agree, we appreciate your attention. All right, we appreciate your attention. That is the last document. Then it said, okay, the shipping, it's leaving here my country on this day. The estimate day to arrive is this day. Please be ready. Okay? All right. If you are the same city or the same state, you can do overnight shipping. You have that option. Of course, you send overnight. You pay a bit more, but it's right there early in the morning. Say, look, I'm sending overnight on that day. Give only some days ahead for the person to organize. Please be there, somebody. 6:20 already be there, because sometimes packages 6:20 they already drop off at your door, such as Amazon overnight. They do that. If you have that option, please, yes, pay that extra money and send it overnight, because from August 1st and on, no more mail service in any country. We're only gonna have the trains for regular things for their own state. Because airplanes, we can't trust that they're gonna go to which other place. But trains, we can easily follow them over satellites. They can only go to the end of their state, and they only can go to the other end of their state. Or if this is the way, they can only go to the state limits, easily to see, but not airplanes anymore. August 1st, no more airplanes anymore. Okay, all right, not for fruit, for veg, for food, for vacation, no more. People gonna take vacation trains. This is very important, vacation trains, and no travel buses, because they're not trusted. People go over rural areas, they don't even know where they're going. No travel buses, 2 days notice day, and it's free. If you want to take a vacation, 4 or 5 days vacation, take now until the end of July. If you want to gather with your family, or the family is coming together with you, until the end of July, August 1st and on, no more. Okay? The only airplane is gonna be is for the headquarters, because we have to check other countries. We cannot stay just in one place. We, the headquarters, with our assisting helpers, right? Headquarters, assisting department directors, gonna be going to different countries, but that's only us, the headquarters. That's just 1 or 2 airplanes for all countries, no more. Everything else, so we might keep a few just in case, right? But no more airplanes for everybody, no more vacation, other countries, everywhere. People already move where they want to live. If they get authorization, fine, they're there. On the future, for those special trips, family moving, because they already finished, they already cleaned up their entire city or their entire residential community, they can move to a desert village, is available, then they can get airplanes on Wednesday and Saturday, but this is afterwards. For now, all airplanes gonna be closed down. All airports gonna be closed down. We're gonna reopen them only like in 1 year or even more, 1 or 2 years. But right now, they're gonna close down, because that's the only way. And we're gonna keep some fuel for them to transfer all these families, right, that are closing, going to desert village, for example, right? And of course, people want to go to desert village, they're already gonna live close by. We have deserts in all continents, so please already move where they have cities close to the desert. Oh no, here, we have cities all over in all continents. So all deserts of all continents have cities somewhere. So already move. If you want to live now, according to the instructions we already give for deserts in all continents, Already move now. If you go into the desert villages in 10 years from now, so you have this first 10 years or the after 10 years. So according to the age of your children, teens, we already gave explanation because we can't have little kids at the desert village now. So you have to wait and go here. All right, so here everyone gonna move. It's okay. People that were ready go now to the desert villages for those when it comes from 10 to 20 years, this second, and then they're ready go to live close to the beach. They're ready work at the desert villages. I think the limit is 10 years old for now, and after 6 months, of establishment can even have 6 years old. So 6 months for 6 years old, and needs to be at least 10 years old if they're moving now. So move, go ahead and move. They have cities, as I said, all over all deserts in all continents. Already move. So you're already close by, and then it will be much easier, when the village is ready, you're just going to transfer. Or maybe you're going to be one of those couples going to help to build those villages. Go in trailers first. I already post videos about that, okay? All right. So already decide, you're going to go to the desert village this first 10 years or the second 10 years. It's not more or less. Okay? Because every family of all countries will help the desert village, or here or here. Okay? Because we need to do that. We need to help each other, and we need to cover those deserts. All right? Okay. All right, my friends, we're doing really great. So let's get organized. Let's get ready. And the other thing is for business owners of all types, even schools. Already have a meeting and talk to everyone. Do you need money or you can have points? So if they are having points, they will consider it as volunteers. If they need money, so they still paying the electricity or their rent or their water or, food. It's not free. They need money. They don't have enough money from the retired elders that live with them. So it's okay. You can still pay them until end of July. Yes, you can give money. But already have this meeting to have most volunteers as possible, okay? All right, and retired people, of course, need to be sustainable the best as possible. Now, the other thing, it's for rentals. So, rental owners, you got this message already, send a letter to everyone, all the renters, right? Already sent. From this day on, you don't have to pay anymore. But you need to show you're working. Because we don't want people home doing nothing just because they got a free rental apartment, house, whichever. You need to show you're working, your pay stubs. You need to show your pay stubs for at least 20 hours a week, up to 25, no more, no less. Not 21, not 22, not 22. Why? Because or they're going to work 4 hours in the morning or 4 hours in the afternoon, or they're going to work 5 hours in the morning or 5 hours in the afternoon. But they're not going to work 1, 2, or 3, or 7, or 8, okay? So they will be Monday to Friday. And if they work Saturday and Sunday, they are free Monday and Tuesday. It's already established and already said that. Still, they're going to work 5 days a week. not 7. Nobody gonna work 7 days a week. Okay, it's 5. Like restaurants and fun locations. That's okay. Water parks or, I don't know, these other fun locations they have, right? Okay, so if they work Saturday and Sunday on those fun locations and restaurants, it's mandatory to have Monday and Tuesday off. Not the Wednesday, not the Thursday, it's Monday and Tuesday. Completely off. The entire restaurant gonna be closed. Everyone gonna be home, resting. And going to these meetings because they're gonna need meetings as well on Tuesday, right? Because they don't have much time on Sunday for meetings or the Wednesday team, okay? All right. So you're ready, if you're owners of houses and apartments, already send a letter to the renters from next month on or from the 1st on, May 5th on, whichever it is. You get this mess, already send. You know, you don't have to pay your apartment anymore. But you have to send me your pay stubs. Take a picture of your cell phone and send to this email. Tuk, 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 the email there. My name is there. All right? Okay? And of course, when you take a picture and send to the owners, you also keep a copy at your email, all right? For electricity and internet, the same exact way. Every company, water, every public or private, some countries, these things are private, so water company, electricity company, who else? Internet or gas. Those are the most basic, right? Water, electricity, internet, cell phones. Already send a message to all your providers, door to door, because the water company not going to have people email, the electricity company not going to have people email, right? Internet, maybe internet they will, right? And cell phone maybe they will. So send a note. Okay, door to door. Get the print size paper. So if you have a print size paper, okay, divide in 4 information, you know, so if you fold in a half and fold again, it would be like small flyers, and print and put 1 in each door. Do not send information to the office because maybe that office manager don't agree, don't want, you know, some are mean. Don't want to do it or don't have a copy machine, and then the residents don't know. That's free, they're going to be worried about. All right, so all these things or anything else is offered in your country, you know, it's free. And send, you the owners, you the manager, co-workers, get together and talk to those managers, talk to those owners and make them free, okay? Because that's very important. WhatsApp, free. Internet phone, free. Everything free, you know, because many WhatsApp you're going to download, they can't download this, they can't download that, and then people can't talk to their families. How they going to gather? How they going to be together? Okay? All right? So send a little flyer, like I said. Get a print size paper. I'm going to repeat. Fold a half, fold again. That's how you're going to make. Yeah, you have a lot of money for sure. Make those printouts and help them, help people in your company to deliver them door by door. Put them at the door. If they have gated community, ask permission to enter. Do not give the flyers to the office. You go with proper uniform of your company. You prove that you are the owners. Give us some type of documentation. And then you bring your own co-workers to distribute at the entire community, and also put a few on bus stops, supermarket doors, you know, in visible locations for people to know what's going on. The other idea is to give to schools. But remember, the schools are not going to have backpacks anymore. You know, give the information, verbal information to schools, yes. But this paper, this little flyer in 4, give door by door. If you can slide under the door or beside the door, be careful with dogs. You know, you're going to do the best you can. Or if they have mail boxes, it's not forbidden anymore. Yes, you can open, put inside and close. As soon as you do it quick, done. Because in the United States, forbidden to touch mailboxes. Not anymore. You know, if you have any notification, it's more important for the person to get the notification than be outside. You know, the wind, the rain can damage them. You know, make no sense, right? So from August 1st and on, no more private mail delivery, no more Amazon, no more public delivery. None of those companies, and not even office boys. You know those office boys that bring anything to anyone? No more. We only gonna have the railroad tracks with 4 vans per county. Railroad tracks, no buses, no airports. August 1st. And no any of those companies delivering anything anymore. People want, they go in person, pick up that paper or scan. If it's another country, another state, they're asking their transcript, that's fine. Use the email and print them out. Okay? All right. So August 1st and on, we're going to have only those buses. And we're going to have a break. Remember those 4 weeks break? 4 weeks, everybody home. So the railroad track's going to be also home. And those 4 van drivers, morning drivers, afternoon drivers, going to be home as well. Okay? And then the airports and bus terminals and subways all gonna close down. People are not going to even other cities using your subways, right? Because big cities, they're so big, they can go many kilometers from one point to another. Make no sense. People are gonna stay right there, 1 kilometer from home, okay? All right, so think well, and if you get going, get going. Points, we're going to check afterwards. So let me say a few words about points, okay? Because this is important. Many people might be wondering. So peace points. Let's say a few words here about peace. So I finish, right? You understand the donation, right? And then you donate. And of course, I think I didn't say the rest. Bug spray, clothes, shoes, anything. All right. And then you do this document, this, that, and that. The last document, you're going to say the shipping. You give some days ahead. Be there 6:20 in the morning. At least 2 couples at the door of your school to receive that. So I need a copy of the key, probably the principal and another important person. And please reply to me with the video as soon as you receive. And then reply again as soon as you count everything. It's 2 different emails. One is receive all the boxes. That's one thing. The number 2, they count. Yes, they got that 1,000 or 500, whichever it is. Okay? So the agreement, when you're going to send the second document, here's an agreement. Do you agree to be at the door of the school at 6:20 on this day when I receive, and you're going to send a video with all the boxes and you know, all your students close by waving, you know, or maybe at least 50 or 100 students, you know. Let's put 100, right? A half of your school waving or passing by, because some schools have 1,000 kids. Let's do a half of your students in different age groups passing by. Yes, I agree. Do you agree that in up to 24 business hours, of course going to be business hours, so you have to deliver that on Monday or Tuesday, not on Friday, okay? So you're going to say here, do you agree that in up to 24 hours you're going to count all that? Yes, I agree, because even that's 1,000, the students can help and they can count anything, even color pencil, paper, right? Notebooks. Okay, great. Now let's say a few words now about peace points. Some people might wonder, right? Wow, how are we gonna do this? Oh, well, we're gonna do the best we can. So let's say here, it's a family. So we have 4 families, sorry. We have 4 types of family. This family is rich, but got from negative things. They got their money from tobacco, nicotine, very, you know, newspaper that tell a bunch of liars, because some newspapers are better. Or they got from magazines that are gossiping magazines, or, you know, those negative things, anything that's negative, okay. Or they came from families that are rich, they got money, whichever it is, a few thousand, a few millions, doesn't matter, from positive things. From food, you know, from clothes, from shoes, regular clothes, positive shoes, you know, like if it's bad clothes, it's here, you know, those jeans with shredded pants or written bad things, they're gonna come here, they're negative. And this is positive. They got their money, they're positive. And we go to this detail afterwards. It's going to be an app called Peace App. Peace Points app. It's an app we're going to create. And then I'm going to go to these details in a percentage. For example, it was a supermarket that sell tobacco, sell nicotine, sell pharmaceutical drugs, and some negative items. But they sell organic food, they sell lots of salad, colorful things. So we're going to see if we're going to do by meter. So already calculate, before you close down, you already calculate if your supermarket, if you sell negative things or good things, or if you sell only negative things or only positive things, already go ahead and see how many meters you have for negative things, how many meters you have for positive things, or the entire area you use. You also, when you do your reports, let's go back a little bit, you're gonna say the front, the customer, how many meters you have, and then you're gonna calculate how many meters were positive, how many meters were negative things you're selling there. And then you're gonna say to the back. Every store has some things, right? And the least they have is a closet, but they have a place to put their items that arrive, they sell, okay? How many meters you have that were processing negative things or were processing positive things. And then we're gonna ask, what was dirty? You know, the bathroom or this office or that office. What was clean? This or this. That's another search for the Peace app. But for now, what counts, it's for, because maybe you sold a lot of negative things, but you just receive and sold. You didn't keep place to process them. You understand? Or maybe here, you sold a lot of positive items, but they came and left. But maybe, I don't know, maybe you have a lot of space for 2 negative things, and here maybe it was 8. I'm just giving some examples. So count the front separate. How many meters for positive, how many meters for negative. Count the back. The back is the processing area or cooking area for restaurants, whichever it is. Okay? The back part of every property, you know. So the back for restaurants, for example, it's where they wash, they cook, they clean, they receive, right? And the front where they receive the customers, where these customers walk, right? Okay, so it's clear, right? Everywhere should have that. So here, the back can be deposit rooms, can be even a little closet. If it's really a tiny store, maybe it's not even a back room. It's a back office. So you count how many meters are there, okay? All right. And then we're going to say if they were in a flat, such as table or floor, or they have many shelves with many meters, that's going to count. Then it's not 1 meter anymore. It's 1 meter, 2, 3, 4, 5. Some have pallets on the top of pallets. Some deposit rooms are huge. They're 10 meters high. So you have to count 1 meter, 2, 3, 4, 5, whichever is your reality. You count the shelving that's on the top of the other. Is positive or negative. Okay? So let's talk about like Home Depot. This construction, the same way. So negative would be, for example, chemicals to kill ants, synthetic pesticides, herbicides, etc. And positive, what would be? Would be bricks, stepping stones, organic dirt, natural mulch. Here is synthetic or plastic mulch, synthetic carpet, those grass, plastic, grass, carpet always going to be here. Here can be tile of any type, you know, not this very weird ones, but all the regular tile, even for walls, that's okay. You know, we're just going to do the best you can. When you fill up, according to the answer you answer, many other things going to come for you to keep filling up, such as this. How many meters? Okay, did you have shelving at the back? Yes or no? Did you have shelf on the front? Yes or no? That's how it's going to be. Okay, so we are only talking about rich families here. Okay, all right. So everything good. So natural materials, organic materials, they're going to come here. All right, and everything negative, synthetic, they're going to come here. All right. So for clothes, if they have these very weird sentences or the ones that we are not approving, bad words or bad even names, right? Some have even bad names, right? Or bad logos, these very weird logos. They're going to come here. If they have anything that even that is a word or a sentence, but is good, you know, or have a good image, that's going to come here. Okay? All right? Very good. Now, black clothes gonna come here. Black socks gonna come here. Because we have to be reasonable. Okay? And black shoes gonna come here. Black boots gonna come here. All the other shoes, socks of all other colors, brown, whichever, they're gonna come as positive. All right? Okay. So I think the basic is that. So you understand the carpet is here and the grass, you know, those plastic grass that it's like carpet, they just roll and they're synthetic, gonna come here. Okay? Family cars here. Travel buses, production, or that's what they do for business here. limos, luxury, anything related to luxury hotels, luxury transportation, luxury resorts, all resorts of all types is here, because you don't need luxurious things anywhere, okay? But every other regular hotel, even that they're 5 stars, they are not resorts, they stay here. Every hotel with any star, they stay here, okay? But if they are nightclubs, they're here. If they are tobacco bars and, bars that, if they are half restaurant, a half bar, and then they go half here, half there, okay? So food is food, that's okay. Alcoholic drinks. Many bars, many restaurants have a part that's a bar. So they're gonna count the meters, okay? All right. So that's for rich families, right? And now let's talk about families that have some money, or, or they're poor. They have some money or they're poor. The same exact way. What did you do? What did you work with? Some might be owners and they don't have money, or they have a little bit. Some might be workers, so that's the same exact way, all right? We're gonna see. They came from what? Where they got their money or their practice. Maybe they don't have any money, but they produce nicotine, tobacco, bad things. Maybe they don't have any money, but they were doing positive things their whole life. But it's just they didn't become rich, or they got a little money. You understand? That's how we're going to do it. So the peace points, we're going to start with simple basic questions. We're going to for house, for family, for living, for study, for work, for money you have. That's how it's going to be. All right? So even that was negative or positive, maybe they're not rich, maybe they have nothing or a little bit, okay? All right, so this is just for you to have an idea with money. All right, if you got your money from negative things and on time before August 1st, you're gonna donate them, so you're rich. Not for these people. They help maybe a neighbor, their own family, themselves. But if you have extra money, you can donate. Go ahead, donate. Send them the money. Send them things. Call them. Ask what they need and help. They're going to get points. So it'll be 1 point, more or less now, because in the future we're going to see exactly how we're going to do. But just for us to have an idea, is 1 point per $1. Okay, more or less that's how it's gonna be. But if you were a family that you did positive things, you got that money from positive things, and on time until the end of July, you're gonna send that money. You see, we're sending the money you have money. Okay, maybe it's not your own company, okay, but maybe you have the money to buy. Or in this case, if it's positive, you can also send your own things, of course, whichever I just said, toothbrushes, toothpaste, and so on. You send in the money, you're going to get the double, whichever we establish, because this we're not sure yet we're going to make $1, because we have to consider other countries that the money is much lower than $1. But let's take $1. I think, yeah, we can decide that. So $1 per point, that's what we're going to do. The other thing is that the people that have collections of stamps, of jewelry, of dolls, or objects, old objects, antiques, or old money, old coins, get rid of it. Just get rid of it. Organize yourself, get rid of it. Of course, if it's jewelry, gold, silver, sell, because they're gonna melt and do something useful, or use that it is approved, right? If you want the precious stones, you can keep it. Precious stones you can keep on the amount already told. A little bit for each family, up to a limit. Okay, but already get rid of it. If it's real money, bring to the bank and turn them into points, right? Into money of your country. And then on August 1st, all banks' account will be zeroed down. So if you want to donate, donate now. If you want to buy something for yourself or someone else, buy now. Okay? Help third world countries. Call schools, search it up, call schools. Do you need? You don't. Ask the school principal, say, look, I can give whichever it is, crayons, refrigerators, meat, beans. If you're a producer, farm, whichever your reality, look, I can give 1,000 kilos of these, or 1,000 colorful crayons, or 1,000, give a number. And say, which communities of your city, which you think would have these 1,000 houses. If I send to you, would you distribute nicely and send me reports with pictures? And then the principal say yes. All right. Okay. Everything email. You send the emails to the principal. They write it down and everything in English. Okay? Because August 1st, every bank account gonna zero down. Then you don't have money anymore. All right, so let's do it quick. Anything you can donate, donate now. All right, so you have houses for refugees, right? So let's say you have 500 apartments, you have 200 apartments, you have 400 or 1,000 apartments. Under your name, you're the owner. Somewhere in some country. What you're gonna do? You're gonna contact the president of this country you have those apartments. If it's your own or, might be another one. All right, say, look, I have 1,000 apartments and I can offer them, even with the basic furniture, please give them citizenship to 1,000 families. Okay. You go, you get. It's mandatory for consulates of the country where the refugees are to give them what they need, and that information already put in other videos. Mandatory. The same day, same time here. Done. Okay? And because we're not going to have alcohol anywhere, we're not going to have drugs anywhere, everybody's going to be good. And of course, those 1,000 families need to sign a contract that they will follow the rules and guidelines of the Peace and Love International Organization. Done. They say that. That's enough. You can send them 10 sentences with 10 links to the refugee camp person in charge, the director or whichever it is, okay? And of course, you're gonna send also to that city mayor or county mayor, so you have 2 different people know about that, so they can be talking about organize themselves and send those families. And you can say, I can even help, if you have money, I can even help for the tickets, airplane tickets. Don't promise anything if you don't have that money. Okay, but you can contact the airplane company. Say, look, I have 1,000 families. I'm offering them. I have 1,000 apartments ready to live. All these details are important. Or when they arrive, they're gonna finish painting. They're gonna finish a little bit here and there, or they have to finish a lot. If they have to finish a lot, you send first 50, okay, then you send or 100, and then you send 200, and then 600, and then you get the rest up to 1,000. Okay, so just make a good plan. Everything's obvious, right? Need to have good sense. Toothpaste. If you produce toothpaste, how many you have? 1,000, 2,000, 5,000. Who are you gonna offer to? Third world countries that have poor communities. Who gonna know? School principals, because even that they're public school or they're private school, they know where they live. They know about the city. That's the best you can. And you easily can send the shippings to schools. Anything. You know, they're going to keep some for themselves and give the rest to their own students or even to other close by neighborhoods. If, let's say, they're a fancy private school, that principal knows who is poor, which neighborhood live poor people. Okay, they're going to organize themselves to set up and ask them to come and pick it up, or that school principal will send, you know, a caravan or contact those vans per county to drop off, set up a day, and you're going to give per person, for example, 1 toothpaste per person. So how many family members you have? 4, 2, 6, okay? So that's how gonna happen. And it's easy also for the person to donate, that is donating anything, to know the veracity of that person's name, right? Instead of sending to neighborhoods that they visit maybe in another country 10, 20 years ago, make no sense, because maybe now it's not that reality anymore. So you're not sending food or objects or pencils, crayons or toothpaste or shampoos to places you went long time ago, because maybe nobody even lived there anymore, or maybe became a rich community, is not a poor community anymore. This happens, right? So you're gonna send to school principals, and they quickly have to organize themselves and know how to share. That's very easy. If they're principals of rich students, they easily can organize. They will send notes to people in charge that, you know, residents that live close by. They can put paper on bus stops, supermarkets close by, little stores, you know, those everywhere in all countries have little stores or bus stops, okay? All right, so this way will be really easy and safe, because online, when you search for a school principal that you found online, you're going to see their name. And you just first you check before you make your offer. Say, look, I want to know if you're still the principal of this school and who is the secretary. And you might have an email back asking, why? Oh, because I have some donations. Done. You don't say that you have 1,000 shampoos or 1,000 toothpaste or 1,000 kilos of meat. You don't say that. Or 1,000 apartments. You don't say that. Just say I have some donations. And it's mandatory for them to reply in up to 24 business hours. Okay? You have that answer. You have the complete name of the director. You have the complete name of the school secretary. All right, so you're going to send the form. You know, they have to sign, stamp on the paper they have with complete address, including continent, up to the 100 smaller countries. You have to put the continent names as well. I'm going to tell you, like I said, for the coffee, right, that I got, that said it's organic, said that's only coffee there and it's instant. That is staying, when I rinse with water, didn't come out. That's what happens, you know. And the regular coffee, when I was rinsing off during a few months, they got out the mug. Okay, so what I'm saying is, I'm not saying that they do have chemicals on them, but that's what it seems. Because, you know, when I rinse with water, the stains were still there, okay? Just for you to understand these details. I don't want to say, oh, that for sure is not fair trade, for example, because maybe some companies for sure is fair trade, but some others are not, because of the explanation I said, okay? It's just all these videos for people to think what is the reality of our planet right now that needs to be better. And for sure those things happen, okay? Maybe one or another, it's 100% fair trade, maybe they don't have children, teens, or even adults working as slaves or getting so little pay, because fair trade, can, have the basic rules and guidelines, but who knows? Some people don't even know how to read and write, as I told you. And it's true. It's true. They get mosquito bites. They have no help. They live in poor conditions. Some of them don't even have proper bathroom. They don't have proper landfills. They die because of sickness, diseases, viruses, and mosquito picking on them. They don't have proper clothes. They don't have proper rubber boots. And go see. And probably they have this fair trade, and the owners are millionaires because they go to third world countries, they get this, they get that, they get the workers, they get people, and people go because they don't have other option to work, they don't have other option to survive. So these things I'm saying is for us to pay attention. Many things that are written right there, it's not true. Can't be true. Go some places. You get a cup of coffee for what? For $1, $2? Where that coffee is coming from? Yes, where that coffee is coming from, probably even worse conditions of these workers. Or those fruits come from other countries. They're so cheap. They're cheaper than at their country they come from. It's true. Orange, orange from Brazil, nuts from Brazil. Or for Mexico, from Colombia, from Guatemala, food in general. Go see. Some places, they're cheaper at the other country than to their own residents. Why? Because they get contracts with big producers, they put labor to the minimum pay, right? And they transport all these things, they process all these things, and when you're going to compare the prices, it's still cheaper. And they keep at their own country the worst in quality. It's amazing. Negative amazing that we need to change, because we have to work for God practice. We cannot work for evil practices in this planet anymore. It's true. Because I see the oranges we have here, I see the oranges we have in Brazil. They sell the oranges in Brazil. All of them have these little bugs, these little things. You buy the orange here in Florida, they're all perfect. Right? They're all perfect. And then many times they say they come from California. Who is working in California during the seasons? Some of them, they're paying now that they're paying 12 an hour, 14 an hour, 15 an hour. But most of them, that is not true. They pay the minimum per hour. That's 8 an hour in the United States. 8 something. They come, they do their harvest, and they still have to pay their food. They still have to pay the place they are hosted at, such as a hotel or types, motels. They go back to their families. But it's true, many tropical countries, they give the best they have to other countries for the cheapest price, and farm owners make those agreements because they want money, they need money to survive themselves, to pay the land that's on a bank, or they're gonna be foreclosure. And many countries don't even have foreclosure, right? Many countries don't have foreclosure. They lose their entire farm. So my friends, please help us. We really need your help. It's really important for us to be better. Really important. Because we cannot have countries, our humanity like that anymore. People lie for everything, even for ingredients on food, they lie. They lie for everything. People start to get organized one place or another, they lay them off. People start to give ideas, let's make food gardens, let's offer better food at the schools, they laid you off. People work in such as bad conditions, all dirty, all dusty, bathroom don't clean. Oh, money. Oh, no, we don't have time to wash the bathrooms. No, we don't have time to take dust, we don't have time to sweep. They work in such bad conditions because I saw those things. You know, the front of the store is all clean, organized. Go on the back of supermarkets, on the back of food distribution centers. Go look. Or even food markets. You know, it's so dirty. They don't clean, they don't disinfect. The bathrooms, go here, flea market. Go see that bathroom. Dirty. Go to Publix bathrooms, you know, dirty. Go again the whole week to see if they wash once a week. Not even once a week they're washing those bathrooms properly. They stink, you know, they're dirty, the walls, the doors. My friends, we need to get better. Even on places you have water, you have landfills, you have soap, you have human beings. So my friends, please, let's have our offices, all properties of all types, clean, organized, neat, labels, signs. So everyone that work, you know, and on the future, soon everyone that's gonna inspect, gonna see everything clean, organized, neat, and in proper locations, all right? Okay, very good, my friends. So please help us. We're only 128 subscribers right now. So please share every day with your friends, your family, your co-workers, and your neighbors. We need 1 million, 2 million subscribers so we can have some money from that to purchase our piloting plan for our PC school, for our office, simple things, okay? And also to pay our rent, pay our food, because we're still buying those things. We still don't have food free, right? We need to get organized. We still don't have electricity free, internet still not free, okay? So please help us, and you can count on us. Every money that we will have, we are going to get organized, pay our own bills, and pay these piloting properties we need, you know, in Florida or northeast of Brazil. Florida of Georgia, up to south of Georgia is good too, you know. And so can be, here in Florida, can be Martin County, can be St. Lucie County, or even a little bit until Vero Beach or so, or even till Georgia, south of Georgia is fine, because the weather is still good, because we need places that the food gonna grow fast for us to receive our conference teachers in August. So it's really important. We cannot go to colder areas that the food gonna take too long to grow, okay? So we need to plant food in the ground, some in pot, but most as possible in proper garden beds. So they will grow healthy, they will grow fast with the heat, the warmth, okay? All right, so if you have, you know, one property, talk to your neighbors, because we need the best as possible, one property beside the other. You know, those schools that I talk about, all these things that I talk about, we need that. Very close, across the street or neighbor, because we need to visit them all. We, the headquarters, you know, me and my husband, we need all these details for us to be organized and be checking all this piloting, teaching, working, you know, opening them in the morning or closing them, and check how people are doing, do reports. So we can't be walking around the whole county. It needs to be close by. Where? US 1. US 1, because all these counties I told you, US 1 have urban buses. That's why US 1. If it's in northeast of Brazil, also need to be in a big avenue from south to north, close to the beaches, because we're gonna fish. We need to get everything, piloting, planning everything, even that the fish is not 100% safe. They might have mercury or other problems. But we need to have all those places, those different properties, as the schools I talk about. We need 4 different places, property, or one big property we're going to divide with chain link, as I said, close to each other. And the office need to be close to each other, and the adult education going to be, they're teaching themselves. And we need a residential community. because the adult's going to study their own working property. That's already another improvement, it's already decided. So parents and grandparents always going to work together in one or another location. If they don't have a job yet, they work at their own residential community. Done. If they have many points, they don't drink, they don't smoke, they're healthy, they're not obese. And then, they can be helpers at other communities. Even they are obese, it's okay, they walk a lot. Everyone that's obese needs to get the jobs that they will walk all day. Walk, get sun and get sweaty all day. People that are unhealthy, for any reason, they have cancer, diabetes, cholesterol, they're going to start eating healthy, right? But they also need to take sun, fresh air, and walk. Why? Because when they walk, they are going, or jog if they can, to work and back from work, because they get their heart pumping, they clean their veins, they unclog their veins, they have the heat. When they have the heat, this fat. So let me show you here very quick. So, many people know that, but some people maybe do not know. So let me show here very quick. So you have a vein, right? Let me see here. All right, so you have a vein. This vein is clogged. How happened? It start have build up. You see those little videos you see online, and then here start build up. This is fat, okay? Or even something else, who knows, right? Maybe tissue that grew bigger here or grew bigger here, whichever. Or just one side a lot, okay? Can be tissue, can be fat, right? So I'm talking about any health problems related to that. So the blood come here. But if the person is on heat, what's gonna happen? The parts, not when it's tissue, but when it's fat, are gonna start melting. So people need sun, need to work in the heat. People with cholesterol, with cancer. So all this. So what happens? You get the heat, that helps. You get the sun, that helps with many things. Serotonin, help with vitamin D. So you need the sun. And then if you sweat, it's another help. It's one more help, right? Because you sweat, you put toxins out. Okay? All right. And what else can happen? And the person for sure will drink lots of water. All right? So that's another thing. You drink more, you're cleansing, you're cleaning. So this is good for everything. If it's fat buildup or bad tissue or whichever cells, bad cells, cancer cells that are clogging something, or just on the cell forming bad cells from bad food, you're going to form more bad cells, right? And if you start eating raw salads and everything, and then of course you start building more good cells. Right? More good cells. Right? Okay. So all these things happen. And of course we need the most important item, that is raw salad. Colorful. Organic raw salads. That's the most important thing. Everyday little pieces of beet, everyday onions, everyday carrots, everyday celery, everything you have, kale, moringa, everything that you have is colorful, little pieces of everything, raw onions, okay? So that will be the fourth table. So you have this table here, 1-year-old to 5, right? That the rest of the food is the same, but their salad's different. Then you have the food here for which kids? 6 years old to 4, they can have some sugar, right? The salad will be the same for everyone else. And then you have here the adults, 41 to 100, right? Or 100, whichever. All right, and then you have the fourth The fourth plate here, it's for unhealthy, because maybe you don't have the raw beets for everyone yet. You don't have the raw onions for everyone, celery. You don't have those 20 colorful things for everyone yet. But people that are sick, even the little ones, that's mandatory to offer them what they need. What they can't have is sugar, hydrogenated fat, canola oils, all those processed oils. But yes, they can have some real coconut oil on the top, 1 or 2 spoons, or real olive oil. It will be about 1 spoon per person on that day. But if you make a whole bowl, you can make 1 teaspoon per person, right? To save the oil, because it's good. You're not waiting that olive oil 2 years in a cabinet. You start giving to these people. Who is these people? The sick people, or the children with ADD, or the children, adults, anybody with health problems, diabetes, or they're addictive to something. They're addicted to sugar, to wheat, to pharmaceutical medication. They're addicted to cocaine, to all these other bad things that are in different countries, okay? Drugs, that's the word. So they need this colorful salad every single day. It's mandatory for them, but not mandatory for the other ones. You give what you can, the best you can, right? A little bit of beets, a little bit of everything, but here it's mandatory. Those, they can eat more fruits, whichever you have, a little bit of each, but here they need to have vegetables, colorful, raw vegetables, least fruit as possible. A little bit, yeah, but they're ready, they're ready diabetes, they're ready, so they have to learn how to eat raw salads. Put a little fruit there, it's okay, but avoid, all right? Okay, very good, my friends. And we see you soon. Get organized, and we see you soon. So just to be clear, that coconut oil, that olive oil, virgin oils, not refined, you not keep in a cabinet for 2 or 4 years. You start using for this group and use the bad oil for those other cooking. A little bit, if they are a regular cooking oil, you can cook a little bit on a rice, for example, but beans don't need. Everyone gonna have raw garlic, little pieces, start a little bit, they will get used to. Turmeric, lemon, these people need lemon in the morning before they eat anything, these people. So they can have a better alkaline body, and nobody drinks coffee, right, with their raw salads. With the raw salads. Why? Because the raw salads have all the nutrients we want the person to keep. If you drink coffee, you kill a lot of this, because they are acidic. Coffee have some good things, yes, but to drink in breaks, not with the time you eat the raw salad. This is very important to remember. Everyone 50 years old and older can have coffee, yes, because the coffee also is healthy, that's fine, but not at the same time they eat this raw salad in a breakfast with oats, or in a lunchtime with rice or beans, okay? All right? They eat during their breaks once a day. So you get a group that day. So, for example, people from their own residential community gonna drink their coffee, for example, at lunch. Okay? Before or after 1 hour. Let's talk about more or less 1 hour. So the body will have time to assimilate this raw salad, all nutritional things, before they have this coffee, okay? So basically it's that. Thank you so much. Keep your coffee makers, the simple ones, not those with small plastic cups that you insert in it. No, just the regular coffee makers. Keep at your business if you have coffee there. Keep at your residential communities. It's okay, even for schools, because you're going to have workers that are more than 50 years old. Okay, so everyone take coffee once a day. Once a day. The approximate time, it's 1 tablespoon per person. And then in the afternoon, you can use that same coffee ground and make another coffee in the afternoon at the same location. So, for example, you can have 1 month. This team gonna take it in the morning, for example, 11 o'clock, away from the salad time. You know, so team 1 gonna take in the morning the stronger coffee. And then the team 2 at the same location gonna take the reused coffee grounds, for example. The following month, you change those 2 teams. Easy as that. Everyone gonna stay at the location the whole day, right? Because every coffee you can cook again. But this second time you have to do in a pan, you know, cook a few minutes. And this one you can do at the coffee maker, because it's amazing. You can cook them for 2 or 4 minutes. Here, 2 or 4 minutes you cook them, and in a regular pan for this afternoon team, and you're gonna get a lot of good coffee as well. To be fair, once a month you change these 2 teams, team 1 and team 2. Who's gonna get the stronger coffee, who's gonna get the softer coffee. But according to the type of machine you have or the coffee you have, gonna be exactly the other opposite way. The afternoon coffee gonna be stronger, because you know this, they press too quick, they pass on a machine too quick, and here they're gonna be a few hours soaked in moisture. They will take more ingredients maybe at this time. So maybe according to these 2 conditions, the afternoon coffee gonna be stronger. Okay? All right, I think that's reasonable. Okay, so and we're gonna let you know how long you can keep these coffee makers. The regular one, maybe up to 1 year or 2 years from the organization launching day, just because it's faster. And you cannot keep those paper, you know, those paper that is disposable, those paper bags. You cannot have them. Okay, you have to make one in fabric, or you have to get the ones that is a very thin net. If you already have the paper, use the paper, but we're not buying or making more, so be organized, okay? So the paper, if it's a regular simple paper, you can cut in pieces, small pieces, and put on a compost. But already be ready to have a net here. Sorry, I don't think cotton will work in machines. Cotton will work for this cotton bag, okay? And this second time, maybe you can use the same machine. Try, because they already were moist for quite a few hours, right? Maybe 2-4 hours. So if you give this 11 o'clock, let's do that, because 9 is the hydration drink. So the coffee, I think, can be 10 to 11. Give to everyone that's 50 years old and old. And here, the coffee, here the person had lunch, I think 2 to 3. This window, 2 to 3, you will give the coffee in the afternoon. And here, yeah, I think it's reasonable, right? 10 to 11. 10 to 11. Let's do 10 sharp. Let's do everything sharp. So 10 sharp or 10:20. So you have 2 groups. And here, 2 sharp and 2:20. Okay? So you have 2 teams having coffee in the morning, and they sit outside, they talk a little bit. That's fine. Cannot be burning hot though. Okay? So they sit a little bit, whichever, if you have some bricks for them to sit, or if you have some benches, right? They relax, they have their break. Everyone need a morning break anyways. Everyone need an afternoon break. So for people that have coffee, that's gonna be 10 and 10:20. Oops, sorry, here 10 and 10:20, 2 teams. And here 2:20, no more. Done. Wash everything, put everything away, done, okay? All right? And you're gonna do according to reality. So you have, you can start calculating, you can start 1 tablespoon per person here in the morning. You don't get new coffee for the afternoon, okay? Remember. All right, so it's 1 teaspoon per coffee. So you're gonna calculate the number of people 50 years old and older. You're gonna divide, and you're gonna have them sign up, you know, for the whole month, and then you change them, you know. So you can organize them by age, you know, or by last name, something like that, okay? Or just make a list and post. Everybody gonna know, and call the ones that are not there. They gonna take breaks together, and yeah, and parents and grandparents can be in different groups. That's fine. We don't need, you know, to do all the time everything together. So you can have or all parents here or grandparents here. We're gonna divide them really proper. But some are too young. They're not 50 yet. They don't have it. They have water. Okay, and everybody had the hydration drink about a time I gave you before, about 9 o'clock. All right, so I think that's really reasonable. That's really good. And let's get ready, my friends. Oh, I didn't say, so start with 1 tablespoon in the morning. Share, half people here, half people there. Okay, so I get 1 tablespoon. After 2 months or so, you can go to less. If you see that you don't have, you know, you're not getting more, you can't purchase anymore, you don't have at your own state, you don't have at your own county, all right? So it's better you go to 1 teaspoon per person. Make sense? Instead of having none for many months afterwards, or even winter time, that people that's 80 or years old or older, okay? All right? So it's okay, start, because now this is gonna help people, because some people are addicted to coffee, some people are addicted to other things. This might help them. They have more caffeine in their blood, that's fine. You know, it's early in the morning, so that's fine. They have plenty of time until 9 o'clock at night to get that caffeine process. But also gonna help them to get out of other addictions. Tobacco, nicotine, worse things, okay? But in 2 months, let's do August 1st. Everything we do in August 1st and on. You're gonna calculate how much you have. If you don't have much, already give 1 teaspoon per person. You know, and some people might not even need. Ask who really wants. You know, and then from that list, because some people don't need coffee, they're not addictive to it, and they're already having fruits, veggies, they don't need. And then from August 1, you're gonna give only to people that really need, or keep them for winter. Because remember, elders cannot run. Elders, some 60 years old and older, they cannot run to warm up their bodies. So keep the coffee for winter. Okay, give now, it's okay. 6 months, 1 year, people that really need. Oh yes, I really need. Oh no, I'm fine without. You get points. You fine without coffee, you get points. So you can share that coffee with people that really need, because they're addictive, or they get addicted from other things, or because they're old, they cannot run during winter to warm up their bodies. Because some people, even that they take sun, the coffee helps to keep their body warm during winter. On the future, no. In the future, everybody will already be a few months on the sun, but some countries gonna get winter now, right? June, July is winter. And then even people gonna stay in Canada, Russia, these other countries that are really cold, winter. So if you are a coffee producer, who are you gonna send your coffee to? Makes sense. To colder countries, right? Colder countries, so they can easily drink that coffee. They are warm. People gonna be running snow. How are people gonna be running snow? They can jump rope at their own house, maybe, right? But they are not going to be running in the middle of snow. As I said, Canada, Alaska, Norway, Denmark, all these countries, Russia, Iceland, Ireland, all these countries need to clean up as soon as possible and get out. So if you're a coffee maker, coffee producer, or coffee distribution center, send those locations, they have priority, okay? Everything makes sense. If your producers are pen, pencils, crayons, send to schools, third world countries, right? Where you believe they don't have much schools, okay? And as they move, so let's pretend here's the continent. As they move out from their continent, or if they're in cold areas, move towards the equator. Remember, I showed that before. People of all those cold countries I told you about, and also a little bit here from south of Argentina, and I think it's only Argentina. All those islands that are south from Australia, right? They're gonna be moving towards the equator, right? But everyone else gonna move towards the beaches. They carry the leftover coffee, or they carry this freezers with transparent doors, right? They carry them. They're gonna move one way or another, right? In airplanes, they carry them. Leftover seeds, okay? All right, my friends, very good. We see you soon. I just put a half more. So here, this bowl, we have 1.5 cup. That is plenty, okay? So I don't have in grams here, but anyways, I already made a video like that before. And you still have, so if you get it here in centimeters, you still have more than 1 centimeter. See there, I'm touching the water. So it is more than 1 centimeter to the edge. Almost 2. You see, so a plate like that, that's a little bigger than 15, yeah, it still can fit, look. A bowl like that, that fits 15 centimeters in diameter, not radius, right, but diameter, about 15, that's acceptable, okay? All right, so very good. But if you have bowls that are too deep, too tall, then it's different. So this bowl here, it's almost 5. You see how tall they are? 4.5. 4.5. So you have an idea, and then as soon as you have proper measuring cup, I'm just telling you, for parents, for everyone to already have an idea. But this, look how different. So this is 4.5. This is much different. Look, this is 7. Not good. But if that's what you already have, you know, because you're gonna accept the bowls from all your residents from your community, so that's okay. And you're gonna send the most as possible to schools, because many schools don't have bowls, they have plates. So plates go to the trash or recycle right away. Okay? So this is 7. We're not having 7. But if that's what you have, you just calculate your 1.5 cups and put it there. So it will be about 1 cup of food and about 1/2 cup of salad. Or the other way around, that's fine. Okay? All right, very good. Thank you so much. And here we are with some more updates. Okay? All right, so all residential communities, you're going to gather all your bowls. all your bowls, and send the best ones, the non-breakables, to school because they have kids there, and keep some for you, for the kids, preschool kids, to eat. So you're gonna send a half of everything, right? Nobody gonna make new ones, buy new ones for now. Maybe in a year or so, 6 months, and then we're gonna start producing. Let's use what we already have, okay? You just get a marker and you already know, the different place. Or the other idea is to keep most similar as possible. Yeah, that also makes sense. So according to reality, you're gonna give a half and a half unbreakable for little kids up to 5 years old, and those that break, that's okay. Keep them the most same items that you can pile them up together, and you get a permanent marker and you're gonna write it down here where 1.5 cup gonna be, and so you're gonna have that example that you never use, so people will know. You have one at the table for people to know how much they serve, and one for the cooking people, right, to have an idea how much food they need, right? Not so much food they need, they can calculate on those places, right? These you can buy if you need, 2 cups. And also people gonna learn how much rice when they're ready, beans, they increase amount, right? With the days, people gonna get used to. And we're gonna have proper recipes for everything. How many you need for 50 people, for 100 people. Okay, so basically this out of, or even the small one, right, that I showed you. Okay, so you are going to mark where 1.5 cup is. You are going to mark where 1.5 cup is with a permanent marker, and leave those 2 basic examples, not 4, 5, 6, okay? Just 2 basic examples for at the serving table. So children, teens, everybody gonna keep looking and serve by that level. The salad need already to be small. You don't bring a huge salad because of course it's gonna be 2 cups or 2.5 cups like this one, okay? All right, cut the salad small. So this is really reasonable for moringa, for kale, for collard greens, okay? All right, so that is fine. You can cut them more or less like that, just to be reasonable. If you have raspberry, hibiscus, always, for the big leaves, because you have 2 varieties. One, the leaf is the double of this one. This is the small leaf. The other one is the double, as I just said. So even for this one, cut them. That's reasonable, if you don't have much time, that it's okay. People can get with a fork. But for preschool kids, it's too big. You need to cut a little smaller. So have 2 bowls. One for kids, cut smaller, up to 5 years old, and the other salad for everybody else, right? That's okay, bigger like that. All right, so if you have, here, let me calculate this leaf. It's about 4 centimeters. Oh, sorry, here. It's about 4 centimeters. Okay? So let me just pinch out the stem. So if I put here, right, from 1 to 4.5, about 4.5, because the end is too tiny right there, right? Let me see. Yeah, this one is, okay, 4.5. You see there? Oops. No, yeah, 4.5. It's right, about 4.5. You see? Centimeters. The other one is much bigger. Okay, so if that's for preschool, it's too big. Cut in 2 or 3 parts. You just need a little more time. Okay? And then you have those little signs. And on the back of those little signs, the school, as soon as possible, can do the pyrography. Little pieces of wood, right? Like this. you can cut it here in half. Have little pieces of wood. Salad for children up to 5 years old. Okay, and from one to 5, they already have teeth. Infants do not have salad for now. For these 2 first years, they don't have salad. They can have vegetables, you know, like even if the, for example, let me think, beets can be shredded, raw, that's okay. For them, I think we can shred. For infants, but the salads with the little signs that I'm talking about is from 1 to 5 years old. Infants have another bowl, okay, with the cooked veggie, cut small, and like a cabbage. If you cut them really tiny on a food processor, then it's okay. A little bit of beets, okay, a little bit of raw carrots, always mix with something cooked, the rice, the beans, or the potato, right? They're infants. So this middle salad is for 1 to 5 years old. All right, very good. Thanks so much. See you soon. So here I'm showing 1 cup of water that I just got from this jar. See? So here, if you get a ruler in centimeters, you know, look at that. So it's more or less to 17 centimeters on this cup I have here. 17 centimeters. Sorry, I just went to the community garden today. I took a shower a few hours ago, but I didn't. So 17 centimeters, 1 cup. So a cup like that, tall, of about 11 centimeters tall, gonna fit that 1 cup and a half we need. You need to offer every person with the salad, right? So if you put them here, 1 cup, look, you still have space for the half cup and 1 centimeter that we asked to leave it free so it won't bend, okay? The other thing, if you have any type of soup, use as soon as possible, get rid of it, because they're very healthy. And you can offer the salad before. So you're gonna offer the salad before. You can offer salad here, that's fine. And then you put the soup. Everybody don't need 2 different things. Everyone eat the salad first, then everyone will eat the soup in the same container. You just need to give forks first and a spoon after, that's fine, okay?